bring in as much information as you can during this last 10 minutes, dealing with some of the high points in reference to his life.
So in the last segment, I talked about the Hitler and his crazy mindset, and I really went into the Holocaust. And now in this segment, I'm going to basically talk about more of the fall of Adolf Hitler and the aftermath. All right. So it's nearing the end of the war. The guards of the concentration camps know it's near the end of the war. They know the time is near, that everything's about to be over. So they have the bright idea of trying to eliminate the lasting Jews and trying to make this Holocaust seem like it was all a hoax. So basically, what they would do is they would kill off the remaining Jews in the death camps or concentration camps, or in the work camps. They would kill them off, and they would try to tear down as much of the camp as they could. Like, for instance, Auschwitz. They killed the remaining people there, and they tried to tear down Auschwitz as much as they could. But luckily, they didn't tear down the whole thing. So if you just so happen to find where it is, I mean, there are a few lasting bricks. But another fact about the Holocaust, some survivors who barely survived Auschwitz came back to the site where they were held captive, you know, over the years, and they would take a brick from Auschwitz and just keep it as memory. And the gate that says Auschwitz, it can be found in the U.S. Holocaust Museum, which I was fortunate enough to visit over the last couple weeks. I went there about 2 weeks ago. And so I'm going to talk about the Holocaust Museum for a second. In the museum, it has a very intricate setup. For instance, it has 4 floors, but you don't go, you go one floor and you keep going up. You go to the 4th floor and you go down. So you get on this big elevator, and they try to squish as many people in as they can to try to capture the essence, or capture a fraction of the essence of how it would be in a train car. And so this video shows up on a screen in the elevator, and it talks a little about the Holocaust, but not very much because they don't want to give much away. So you ride up to the very 4th floor, and in the 4th floor, it just talks about the rise of Adolf Hitler, his childhood and, the beginning of the Holocaust. But in a different section of the 4th floor, it gets deeper into the Holocaust. So after you leave the 4th floor, you walk through a staircase, or kind of like a little bridge, where if you look out of a window, you can see the lower floors. But a fun thing about it is, on the little glass panels of the museum, there are names of families that were involved in the Holocaust. So you'll see Horn and a lot of other names that were families of people who were killed in the Holocaust, and they're all etched into the glass. So you walk across this bridge, you enter the 3rd floor, which talks more in-depthly about the Holocaust, and they even have a train car, and it's not even a replica, an actual train car that they had to have flown in and like dropped into the building, and they had to build the building around it. And so you can see that train car, and you walk through it where you can explore other divisions of the 3rd floor. After that, you walk down a staircase, and if you look out of a window by the staircase, it says, "Never forget."